So, we start with a Keldeo and Clefable. Clefable being extremely dangerous for Keldeo because the bulk means that it's going to be able to resist an attack and potentially kill it back depending on the set. If it's a defensive set, it's not going to kill. I mean, yeah, if it's a defensive set, it's not going to kill Keldeo back, but Keldeo is going to be chipped. But at this point, getting Clefable out of the way can be extremely good. Like if I look at the team, if Clef is dead and something like Thundurus starts using like Nasty Plot, it could be very, very dangerous for Lol1hp. It's going to be a really interesting match as well because KillaLeston and Lol1hp are both very good players. But Lol1hp brought the Sneasel, which I don't know if it's like an assault to his opponent. Oh, he has a tech in mind, but we'll see. So Pelipper coming out. Clefable could have something like Thunderbolt. Okay, so you went for the Calm Mind, U-turn coming out, and we're gonna see. Ooh, okay, so something like Crawdaunt and Rain. Oh yeah, okay, Crawdaunt coming out. So Crawdaunt is about to literally blow something away. Just Crab Hammer with adaptability is going to do like ridiculous amount of damage. At this point, it feels like he just give out. Oh, okay. Because it's potentially bended, and the Lando had Sash and outspeeds Crawdaunt, it may be able to do something like either Explosion to take out Crawdaunt or just get rocks at least. But yeah, that's a wild switch, because you would expect Lando to just die right away, but not the case at all. Now that Sash Lando usually is for like more hyper offensive kind of teams, so I'm just curious about what's going to happen, really. Like, is it going to be like a weird, like very offensive set with Tentacruel, for example, like a kind of like hyper offensive in disguise? Okay, so he wanted to keep Thundurus at least as a sack, but now that there's rocks on his side, like he's gonna die regardless. So we can, I guess, expect Clefable to have Flamethrower, I guess. Crawdaunt coming in, Calm Mind as well. Now, if Clefable is actually offensive, like a wall-breaking set with like modest life orb, it's going to outspeed Crawdaunt and kill it. So it can go either way, truly. Otherwise, with Rain, Crawdaunt will annihilate Clefable. Like, the only thing that could switch in is Tentacruel or Dragonite, but like, does he really want to, you know, lose multi-scale on Dragonite? And on a knockoff, Tentacruel's just gonna go away. So keeping the sack was a good idea. Now we can bring something else a bit more safely, and it leads me to think that the Clefable is defensive. But it is a weird position to be in. It could go into like Tentacruel, spin off the rocks, and so we can bring Dragonite later on and try to go for a sweep. Like, that would be probably his like main way to win the game. Skull coming out. Even in Rain, it does some pretty good damage. Not very effective. It kills the Tentacruel. Like, that's why I said like Crawdaunt and Rain, especially like he's bended with adaptability as his ability. It's ridiculously brutal. And now he just lost his way to bring Dragonite without the rocks, which is going to be actually pretty rough for him. Clefable coming back. So the Clefable is obviously a Magic Guard because the rocks are out and he's not taking damage. So it's not a defensive set, but it could be like a bold Magic Guard, not necessarily like a timid or a modest Clefable. But regardless, like what... Okay, so Pelipper coming back in. Oh boy. There's literally nothing that wants to switch in. Like, even Dragonite will still lose its multi-scale and take a lot of damage. And it's like you kind of need to, at this point, bring Dragonite as safely as possible, but just the rocks really hinders it. Like, there's not much he's going to be able to do. It really feels like KillaLeston has the game wrapped up like a gift for him, basically, at this point. But Lol1hp could have a trick up his sleeve. We'll see. Like, it could be something like a Roost Dragonite. Grab back his multi-scale, but... Like, at this point, I'm still unsure about the Clefable. But if he grabs it... Okay, Crabhammer miss was pretty sad. That being said, Sneasel, like, with a perfectly healthy Keldeo in the back, kinda makes it irrelevant. And like, you can definitely keep Crawdaunt for later if he wants to be annoying to Clefable again. It's just that I don't know what Clefable is gonna do here. Like, is Clefable a kind of like bold Calm Mind with like Moonblast and Flamethrower? And he's just trying to like stall out the rain turns to be able to get some Calm Minds off and win the game, which could be possible. But with Crawdaunt in the back, it's gonna be extremely hard, because you could go for like something like Crabhammer and then finish it with like EQ from Garchomp. So it's gonna be extremely difficult to do anything about it. Alright, so the Sneasel is slightly trollish. So Scald is coming out. Like, Keldeo has no item. He can choose to go into whatever it wants. So it could go for like something like Icy Winds if he has it. Regardless, you don't really want to get burnt on the Dragonite unless it's Slumberry, but you know. Okay, so D-Knight will... Okay, he goes for EQ, which is fine. But now what? Because without setting up, I don't see Dragonite doing anything. Unless it's like a sub... Nah, it wouldn't be. Like a sub Roost Dragonite, but like you would not use EQ. You'd use something like Fly to be able to like Dragon Dance, sub Roost, and Fly to hit everything. So that's probably a classic Dragonite, but without clearing the rocks on the side of the field, there's not much you can do. Okay, so doubles to Clefable, and Thundurus is coming out. It's lefty's Thundurus. We could see potentially a T-Wave coming out of Thundurus for speed control. Or if it's like a Wall Breaker set with like Nasty Plot and lefty still. Okay, so it is. Does some damage. After the Nasty Plot, keep in mind it's Magic Guard Clefable. And if he goes for the same amount of damage, it's not even gonna kill Thundurus. Okay, so Moonblast coming out, not killing Thundurus, and Clefable will die. So all we hope for Clefable to be able to sweep here is just out of the window. There's no coming back for Clef. D-Knight, it's gonna be too chip to do anything. It's like you would need to like Dragon Dance once or twice, probably more like twice, to really go through the team. And you needed like Tentacruel to clear the way for it, but it didn't happen earlier. And Bisharp still gonna be stopped most likely by Garchomp and Keldeo. So I just don't see Lol1hp kind of coming back from this. I think there could have been a way for Clefable or Dragonite to win, but I think Lol1hp kind of played his cards a bit too hastily in a way. But on the other hand, it was most likely playing for fun rather than like playing as serious as possible, using like something like a Sneasel, because he probably just knows he's going to be in the big tournament and he wanted to just have fun for the final. Secret Sword coming out. It's not going to be enough to KO Dragonite. But 1DD is not going to be enough to win the game neither. Okay, Crawdaunt coming out. E-Speed as well. Actually, is this... Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. Because the thing now is that if he Dragon Danced and Keldeo attacked again, just hitting Garchomp to kill it would have killed Dragonite because of Ruskin. So like you can't even set up anymore, you know. And I don't see Bisharp winning unless. So the only way Bisharp could win would be to probably get into Ferrothorn and set up once or twice to be able to like kill Keldeo and Garchomp with Sucker Punch. But Killa would need to kind of slip up pretty hard for that to happen. So he could go Garchomp to kill D-Knight. Ferrothorn coming out, okay. That's a weird one, because now if he kills D-Knight with Ferrothorn, Lol1hp can actually just let D-Knight die and go into Bisharp and setup. Wow, okay. Okay, that was great. That was a great move, I think. Or is it? No, because he needs to avoid being into Ferrothorn. Okay, that's alright. I think that if Lol1hp manages to get Bisharp in there and set up, he might actually get into a good position. You just need to set up as much as possible. God damn, alright. We may see an actual comeback from Lol1hp. So, SD coming in. If it's offensive Garchomp, it is not impossible, depending on Bisharp's item. I am quite curious at this point. And anything could happen. Like, let's say if it's a defensive Garchomp, but he manages to get a crit or something, like, it's still possible to win. Sucker Punch coming out. Does kill the guard. It's over. It's over. All KillaLeston had to do is not let Bisharp set up on Ferrothorn, but he kept coming back with Ferrothorn. And we're gonna see Bisharp just stealing the win from KillaLeston. I think KillaLeston had the upper end the whole game, but he let it slip pretty hardcore at the end by leaving Bisharp in front of Ferrothorn, sadly. And we're gonna see Lol1hp win the game.